Hey guys, how are we? Nice to be back online. I'm streaming from a second PC, so I've had to reset up all of my OBS, so I'm not exactly sure how well this is working, but I hope you can hear me and everything else in between. Anyway, so we need to catch up. It's been months, yeah, a long time. So probably wondering why, or maybe you're not. I'll put it simply down to not just one thing, but probably the main thing, a bit of burnout. Moving house, job, and streaming quite a bit took its toll. And when I say took its toll, I mean I was trying to stream for a long time and work and family life all at the one time. So I needed to find a balance. So settled in. I'm feeling pretty good about things again. We're just going to the starter factory, by the way. We're going to start there and I'll just show you around. I did do this one with a no voiceover. So this is that save. Obviously, a lot more has been done since the last stream. Yeah, so I have a plan. This save will go on the back burner. I intend to stream at least twice a week. Now it's going to revolve around the time I have off work. So basically the next day, making sure I have the next day off, thereabouts. So that way I'm not eating into, like I was streaming until 2, 3 a.m. and then going to work at 6, 7, you know. It's not good. And then trying to keep up with the family and, you know, all that sort of thing. Oh, we're making stars. Okay, so the Christmas event's over. We're not producing thingos anymore, presents. Let's pop in here and I'll give you a quick look in here first. So I intend to do Satisfactory, obviously. There's no way I can stop doing Satisfactory. But I have a few more games that I would like to play with as well. Turning these lights on is going to slow things up a little bit, but need it to be able to see. Have I got global off? No, I don't think so. I haven't chosen that other game yet. I have a couple that I like quite a bit. One is The Last Caretaker. Another one is Alchemy Factory, I think. Obviously Star Rupture, I have that as well. It's probably going to be one of those three. Yeah. So it would be probably Satisfactory one night and the other game another night. The other game is going to be pretty much, I have no idea, but obviously Satisfactory will be planned out and I will have those plans and be able to show you. My main aim will be to get to Fixonium fuel rods and do it well. I have looked into it a bit already, and it's going to be a bit of work. But I wanted to do it already and haven't got there. So this time I'm going to get it done. Not any major scale. So one of the problems I've had that's had an effect on my PC's performance, I don't have an amazing PC. Okay, it's okay. But when it's trying to do Satisfactory, doing coding for OBS as well as streaming, it became a problem. So I now have a capture card and I'm streaming from another PC, but still my builds were too big. Okay, there's too many items, too much going on for my poor little PC. I've tried everything I can to make it better but still be able to do what I'm doing. It doesn't work. So the builds aren't going to be massive. I mean, there is going to be a fair bit, because what I want to do with Fixonium is going to be, it's going to be a large build. But the starter factory, which is inside here, which I'll show you in a moment, will be small, and it is just to get started. The whole point of it will just be to get the building done. Like, you know, there'll be a lot of concrete, a lot of iron plate, things like that to make building easy. But we won't be going all out. It'll be small, just to get us through the phases and so on, to get to phase 5, and then we'll really crack on and get a nice, sensible build going. I have a lot of mods in this save, and I'm loving them. A lot of it is just quality of life. Some of it is to make things a little easier. Cheat, I guess so, but not really. It's just things that are already in Satisfactory that make things in Satisfactory easier. Okay, here's the starter factory. It's producing quite a bit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously right now I must have global on because it's a little bit sketchy in here. The lighting. I wonder if I could, do I have it? I'm sure I have it plugged in here somewhere so I can turn it off. Might make things a little, I hope it's only the lights that turns off. Yeah, it's still fairly sketchy anyway. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot of items going through this last one. A few little things I found I needed to do. Things like this, where I've got plastic coming in from another area, and it's being trained in. So what I was finding was it was running out and going into the overflow, so into storage, but it wasn't leaving enough on the line to keep the system running. So I did this. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it works. So these are all things that are coming in from other lines. Like, yeah, so obviously there's none coming in here now, so, you know, yeah, so at least there's a bit of a buffer there. Some things don't really need it, but because it was coming in off the train line, I did it anyway. This is the control room. Let's have a look in there. Here's all our major ore inputs in here. All our ores being processed along here and under here. And then we've got a few lines here through here too, which is second processes. And then of course the finals. You've seen my starter factories before. You get it if you've seen my videos before. All right. So there's not much here, really. That was just for aesthetics. We're not going to go up the spiral staircase because it drives me mental. It's just the looks. Control room. It turned out that I had to stop doing it. I had a thing for every item, as you can see, and it got too much. Like, there was going to be a lot up here. There was a lot of wires. So I ended up putting most of them onto the one line. My twins are on holidays, so if you hear kids yelling, that's them. They're out in the lounge playing. Yeah. So that's just that. That's nothing special, of course. It's just better looks. Not even sure where these levels go now.
Up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down.
That was loud enough. I hope the volumes are okay. Right, okay, we don't need to. Let's go out the top. I'll show you the train setup I have up top. It's a little bit of overkill. I don't think I've used all of the stations even. One mistake I made was not making path in or out. These are a mod. They're just blank canvases and you can color them properly, which I like. Yeah, so we've got 2 lines here, or 2 stations here. Like this one here's hardly even being used. I think that one might be possibly rubber. This one here gets used a lot more. So this is the phase parts that I am taking from the starter factory to the phase to the elevator parts factory, which is way over there, which we'll definitely have a look at that. Obviously we're only at phase 5. I have just been building very casually, just enjoying the game, half the time watching a movie and not doing anything for a long time. You know, just chilling, which was nice, I have to admit. Which is kind of what I want to do for the next save I start. Not too chilled, you know. I'm not going to sit and watch movies, but we're going to take it easy. Do it properly. Make it nice. So these are the elevator parts that are already produced. Come in and they head under there and then go up into the elevator over here. So underneath, tractors. You can see there's parts here, but basically it's all getting sunk into these mini sinks, which are a godsend. If you want anything in Satisfactory, it's these mini sinks. You can just pop them anywhere and they are fantastic for storage, which I will show you now. We'll get down there, have a look at that, and then we'll head out, look at the power factories and so on. I don't want to take up too much time. In terms of starting these saves, probably the end of the month. So I want some soundproofing for the room I'm in, just so it's, you know, a little bit more family friendly, because obviously I'll be streaming later in the day. So the idea will be I'll come home from work, have dinner with the family and so on, and then and then I'll come in and start playing and streaming, and then have the next day off so I can stream for as long as I want, still have a good rest, you know. So these are the delivery, parts delivery. At the moment, I think, do I have it all turned on? I don't know why these aren't moving. Oh. Possibly trains just showed up. Hopefully it starts moving again in a moment. Or something stuck. Come on. Something move. Okay, I better have a look at that before we carry on. Yeah, no, it looks like it stopped here, so. Maybe we're full? Maybe it's full. Oh no, train is here. Oh, why it took that long? Always something, isn't there? Maybe they are too full. Maybe that's what's going on here. No. Not really. Oh, okay, I think it's just the train was here and it seemed like it was taking a long time to get through it. Back here. Yeah, we're all moving again. Okay. Yeah, so I have the auto horn thingy when they go past a certain switch. The trains will blow their horn. Yeah, so I didn't need as much as I made it here, but you know, it did the job I wanted it to, which I'm pretty happy with. All right, let's go have a look around. Should have just got a train. Well, not watching what I was doing. I'm gonna risk it. We'll throw a train on and we'll go have a look. Don't use these. Don't get this and then use it, because I'll show you why shortly. It really upset me when it happened, but anyway, I'll show you. All right, let's go have a look. Where do we start? I think we're going to go past the nitrogen setup I have around the corner here first, which isn't all that exciting, but it is what it is. We have a station there for some sulfur that we're pulling through here. Yeah, so here's my little nitrogen setup. It's very basic. But yeah, that's it. Stuck it in a tube and cone type of thing. Nothing special. This here took a bit of work, getting this to turn out nice. use the curve foundations mod. Not the one I really like, because they haven't fixed it yet. I think they're going to, but it's been a while now. Maybe they're waiting for 1.2 to come out. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's merge the old. Okay, this is the first power station. This is diluted fuel. I really enjoyed building this. It's not finished. When is it ever finished? Really? I better bail out here. Gonna end up crashing into something. Oh no. Definitely need to get rid of that though. Okay. So we've got our standard fuel being made in here. Actually, sorry. Yeah, the heavy oil residue. I'm making a lot of plastic here, which is just burning leftovers, basically the polymer resin. And we have packages, empty packages being made here. I don't think I'm making them anymore. No, I think I have enough. So this is send and return. Obviously. And we come through here with our heavy oil. Heavy oil gets turned into fuel and then is sent down into here and packaged, and then that is sent to the train station here, and that goes we might as well take a trip on the train, I suppose. Not that far. We'll drink while we wait here. This took a little bit of sorting out and getting smoothed out, so there was no delays in the packaging, how much fuel was actually getting to the power station itself, and I still think that it's a little bit up and down. I'm not really sure. It's not that important because I have a lot of power. So we'll drop off the empties here. All right, off we go. Toot. All right, Oh, that's my little... We had a breakdown. I think it was... I had a blockage or something, and I had to do this to get things started again. Yeah, didn't use much power once we got there. That's okay. It's good, I suppose. Right. So, obviously... we're dropping fuel off here. With any luck. Sorry, got a bit of a... Just a second. Oh dear. All right. Yep. So we unpackage the fuel, sends it to our burners, and I can't actually remember how much we are producing here, but it's a lot. Quite a bit. I really like how this turned out. I really do. Probably one of my nicer efforts. Put a fair bit of thought into it. And then left it unfinished or finished. I'm not really sure. Anyway. All right, we'll move on. Around the corner. I basically have left the Rocky Desert alone, more or less. Got my train spiral there that I created. We might... no, we'll go there in a minute. We'll head round to the rocket fuel first. Alrighty, here's our rocket fuel power station. Bit going on here. Might might slow up a bit. Sometimes I've done this, got down inside the station and oh, excuse me, hit a train. Yep, all clear. All right. So where do we start? I think here. Yep. So here's our heavy oil. We have too much of it. Always produce too much. Never burn it all. Just, and I think it's just safer. Here's our turbo fuel, and then the turbo fuel goes over this side. Well, good thing we moved the train out of the way. And gets turned into rocket fuel here. Not there. Here. Very nicely. And then we obviously have overabundance of the coal, which is being burnt inside here. Quick look, basically look through here, and you can see it being burnt in there. And then we have all the fun stuff in here. So we got a layer there. I do have an elevator here somewhere. There it is. Long trip. Okay. First one. The first set of burners. A little glitch there. I wonder where that is. I'm not going to start looking for it. Okay, next one. Second set of burners. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Third set. I can't remember how many's on each floor. I think it was 7, 8 by. No, it's looking like 20-ish. Possibly. 20? Maybe? Nah. Maybe. All right. Cool view. There's nothing going on in there. I'll just put it on there for looks. Right. So, don't actually have access to that from the top. I needed some rubber. So we are making a lot of rubber here. It's just the top of the turbo and heavy oil. And I think Yeah, I really didn't provide any access to that, did I? Maybe I have, I just can't remember where I put it. No, I don't think I did. There's our train line through the middle, which I really like. It's kind of cool. There's just more burners. I mean, there's nothing to look at, really. Right, so... let's, we'll go back to the aluminium. Show you that before we get to the phase parts factory. I'm fairly happy with the phase parts. I mean, the phase parts, the aluminium as well. It's a bit thrown together though, and definitely no plan. It just happened. So it's there, definitely there. This spiral doesn't mess around. Here it is, hanging off the cliff. All right. This was really hard, trying to get this to work. It didn't really. Kind of did, but didn't. Okay. Very simple. Does what we need, so that's great. Sloppy. Into scrap. Beautiful. Can't ask for much more than that. So backed up a bit. I mean, it's good, but why are we back? Ah, that's why. Needed a copious amount of the casings, so I had to turn a couple of these off, did I? Oh, why isn't that getting any? Hey, that's not right. Come right there. Oh, something else had come through it. You see that? Definitely something else there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I made a boo-boo. That one's still working. Yeah, I was adding something over here and then added this to that line. It's not the best idea. Hopefully that. I don't want this sort of thing getting backed up, because that'll back this up and then our water is ruined, and we don't want that. I'm sinking it, by the way. That's how I fix that problem, because I am producing double, obviously. So you have too much water, way too much water for this. So basically I just have what I need of water coming from here, and then the output of water from here is just being sunk, which comes with that mod, a fluid sink. Yeah, and I don't care about the points. It's just amazing not to have to worry about this. I did have it set up normally, and you can get it to work. It takes some time with making sure that these pipes between this one and these ones and the pump don't get full. You have to keep them flowing under the full pipe, and that takes time by, you need to drop some segments, flush some segments, not full pipes, because then you just, yeah, it takes some time, but you can definitely do it, and get it to balance out eventually. Look, we have too many of them. That is being sunk. Good. All right. Yep. So that's aluminium. All right. Let's mosey on around to the phase parts factory. It's nothing special, because I've basically just started doing it. So yeah, where are you going next? Starter. No good. All right. Yeah, so I'll have a quick look at where I've started the base parts factory, and then I'll take you past the reason why I'll never use the train mod. The only one I do like is this one. I love this one. That's great. But I don't think that's part of the other mod I have. The TI mod. Definitely don't use it. It might be fine if they fix it, but I haven't seen a hot fix for anything yet. Yeah, so I'm disappointed that I did it. But anyway. You'll see why. Whoops, sorry. Just hit the mic. made that turn a little better. Yeah, so my intention is by the end of this month, no later than the middle of February, to be back up and running 100%. Couple of streams a week. To start with, oops, headbutt. To start with, it may just be Satisfactory, just to get things rolling. And then we may start one of the other games a little later down the track in a month or two, because obviously first part of Satisfactory is pretty labor intensive. Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for the well, I've already got some on the way, but I'll be needing more. The soundproofing for the room, because obviously I don't want to be whispering into the mic, trying to keep quiet so I don't wake the family, you know. So I soundproof the room, and it'll be full steam ahead. Alright, this is where we started making phase 4 parts. Forgot about that, scared the crap out of me. Alright, so here we have parts input. So any parts that are coming from the starter factory go into here, all mixed up. There's no real order for them. We haven't even got any left in here, which is good, I guess. And they go under here. Oh no, there is some. Through here and into this jigger, which is sorting them all. I have used this previously. It is definitely a blueprint from a much older save. So they come into here and they get sent off into certain spaces, certain lines, and then they come along their appropriate belt, and then they are sorted off those lines into storage. And then the messy part of it, and the storage has access at the back here, and I am able to drag the stuff I need out of here and into, whoopsie, and into the phase factory. As you can see, there's a lot of mess under here, so this is my logistics spot. So nearly all the belting is done under here. I have these everywhere, so I have remote access to my storage. So the storage that you saw earlier on, those big buildings with all the stuff coming out, I can turn them on and off from here. They're currently all on. And then it'll send it to the train station at the starter factory. Train will bring it here. And then, yeah, I don't have to go backwards and forwards or have massive rows of belts all over the place. Right, let's get out of here and take you up top. Okay, so here is all the phase 4 parts. We also have our crystals and so on, so that we can use Mark 6 belts now, which is great. But yeah, so basically all the stuff that we're making here now that was being made for the phase 4 parts are now being sunk. They're being taken back to the starter factory and being sunk at the elevator. So not a huge amount of points, but you know, every little bit counts, which also means that we can stop doing that once we need these parts to start the phase 5. But that will be something I will probably do in my spare time. So if I feel like playing Satisfactory while I'm not streaming, I can play this game and not play the stream save. But of course, we'll come back to this one and any upgrades. I'll show you, take you through a little bit of a tour and whatnot. But yeah, so one more stop. And it's just basically to show you the reason why not to get these trains as a mod. And then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, so keep a lookout. I'll keep you updated in Discord about when the new save will start. But like I said, end of this month, no later than mid-February, just to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row. I have a new desk coming. Yeah, a lot of upgrades. I mean, like, I haven't spent massive amounts of dollars, because if I was going to do that, it would just be a new PC, which we all want, right? Even when we get a new one, we want a new one. But yeah, it'll also be on cam. I'll have my camera on, which I haven't done a whole lot in the past, but I will. I'll have a camera, and you can see my ugly mug while I'm playing the game. It's a very unfinished part. That was just me going, I need more nitro, obviously. Mind your head. A little bit tight. This one. Okay, just up here at this station is the reason why I'm upset with the train mod. This guy here. This guy. So you can't delete it. Can't delete it. See, all this one. I can't get in it. I can't do anything with it. It doesn't exist, but it exists. So I can't, not only can I not delete that, I can't delete the train station because it thinks there's a train on it. So don't add that mod until they advertise that they've had a fix. Yeah, so that's that whole, I had to build this train station here because of that one. Very annoying. Yeah. Anyway, that's basically it. That's the catch up. I did go pretty all out on the Christmas thing, but obviously it's over now, so there's not much to show you there. Yeah, I was making a lot of presents and so on. Anyway, so hopefully keep an eye on Discord, and within the next week or so, we should be back streaming with a new save, new plan, and possibly a new game as well. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. As always. Take it easy. Bye now.